Okay, what's going on, Grand Rising? Today is Thursday, May the 30th, 2024. And what we're going to look at here very quickly before New York Open is going to be dollar index and then our futures market. A really quick update on gold, oil, and Bitcoin. And that's where we're going to keep it at today. Okay, so I did go ahead and clear out some of the videos, so we should be able to get the full reporting in today. And like I said, top-down analysis here really quick. And most of these breakdowns for some of you guys that are new are going to be based off of technicals, right? We also are adding in the fundamentals, so your news, GDP was released today. Those different things will obviously affect the markets. But what we focus on here is just the technicals of trading, right? So that you can get down, the basics. So when you look at this here really quickly, looking at the structure of everything, we were wanting to see how price was going to react on dollar index if it could go ahead and push above 105, and if it was to come up to 105 and start to fail that area after taking these highs. We were wanting to see possible, how this weekly was going to finish, how it was going to close, right? Because we had a nice bullish close off that 104.50 level last week, and then we have still a bullish candle printing, and then we have higher highs and higher lows on that daily. So if price today is kind of like my if then statement, if DXY continues showing weakness away from 105 bearish, I will look for buys on XXX USD and futures, and then vice versa, right? So right now, if it can come down and bounce off this level and then continue higher, then we would probably start seeing some weakness from our futures market. But when you jump into higher time frame futures here, if you kind of look at it over the last few weeks, we have broken all-time highs. We finally have kind of made, I would say, a halt to the upside here on the weekly. Now, still the most interesting thing about all the prices, as you can see, is very clear to see, is that we've made the higher high here on ES. We made the higher high and, basically that all-time high on NQ and ES, but we really never broke the all-time high 43.58 on YM. All right, so just keeping that in mind. And then let's see what time it is. And then last night, looking at here at this daily, looking at how this daily for Thursday started, we gapped down to start. ES's price action is really nice, lower low, lower high, and push, but still a gap down as well. So there could be some manipulation in there. Then when you look at like more of an intraday or 4 hour for direction, because for me, I like to use my 4 hour for my directional plays on dollar and on the futures market. So for me, this looks more bullish today from an H4 direction. What looks the cleanest is going to be, I would say, which I don't trade it as much, is going to be YM. Because if YM can go and close back above daily open and come back into that area, that would be a nice 4 hour play back up to the upside, back up to market open, 39,163. So price is currently floating around 38,270s, right? So to get all the way back up, let's just say to 39,000. 38 to 39 would be, that's quite a few points. Let's say that's 10, so 270s. It's about 800 points to the upside. Now, ES looks really good. It's filled the 4 hour balance. You have a candle that's closed higher, and you could possibly see price rise into that 53, maybe even 53, 286s. So same thing here with NQ. For me, it's like we have this 4 hour candle that's already strong. We have another candle here, so 6, 7, 8, 9, right? That's already strong. And so like the likelihood of us continuing, maybe pulling back slightly a little bit, but continuing up to this last up candle, at least 18,800, looks a little bit more likely to me. And then looking at how they stacked the 1 hour, now they did leave a lot of inefficiencies. It's really crunched, as you guys can see here on YM. They have the expansion inefficiency here on ES, and same thing here with the opening at 18.7 on NQ. So I could anticipate the price, possibly pushes back down into that 18.7, goes below daily, and kind of plays in that area. Or we might just see right out the gate price go up, come down, and then just continue to rally up to market open into 18,900. So I'll be ready for both. It's really up to whatever they want to do, but they're already, when you're asking yourself what 4 phases of the market in, is it accumulation, distribution, markup, or markdown? Well, a markup is basically when price is making higher highs and higher lows. So right now we're marking up, we're making higher prices up to that next full level. So, I don't want to buy when the prices are taking off. I want to buy when they're crashing, right? Because everybody, we play different than the masses. We observe the masses and do the opposite. So if price is going to be rallying, we don't want to buy it as we can see it going up, because everyone can see that. right? We want to see price come back into a specific area and give us a little bit better dollar cost average on that day. So right now prices are moving. It's 8:27. I'm going to go ahead and go over to the lock in to the snipe window. Goal is to be as patient as we can be today. Obviously close down this window here because this is not the window that it was supposed to be showing. It's supposed to be showing the crypto, gold, and oil, which I'm not going to waste time uploading right now. So be safe. Make sure you went through your trader's constitutions. Set your mental framework up for the day, and to take action and to do the right things from the rules that you have set. So I've already done that. So like I said, I'm gonna switch you guys over and trade safe, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Now I do have Top Step up just here on the sides, kind of seeing what they're going to be seeing. Pretty incredible that platform has come out and decided to, give out, 5 XFA accounts. I just, when I first started trading, one of the biggest things that, really, I would say halted you from wanting to take this serious is that one day you were going to have to work for at least 10 years of your life before you could probably save up enough money to actually trade it. And in that process too, you were going to lose a lot of money and probably quit before you even got a chance. So funded capital was probably the biggest blessing that came into the trading space when I was actually getting involved back in 2019. So Top Step, yeah, really great platform. But let's lock in. We got about 2 minutes before this open. I am watching ES as well. I am watching YM, but I am going to just take action here and stop talking as much because I do a lot better. So see you guys, like I said, on the other side. Okay, so out the gate, we have prices pushing down, which is really nice because we do have a fast up candle here on that 15. So I'm gonna be patient here, but I am understanding like that candle can make a difference. So if we go lower, come back above, I would love to play that area. Okay. So ES showing this very similar pricing. And we're starting to break down here on NQ. So yeah, I like the price. And take a look at dollar too, just kind of see. Okay, dollar still looking pretty weak. And then watching Nvidia, right? Wanting to see what that intraday price looks like as well. And she's starting to kind of like fall off. So we'll see. So me personally, where my eyes are focused outside of that 15-minute is this 5-minute last up candle. Okay, so if price was to go lower low and then come back into there, I may attempt something. But I just want to see some more evidence that it's clear. YM's making a push out of the accumulation to the upside. First move. Okay, so I like how this price looks, but it's just I haven't seen anything that's given me really a signal other than that. So now, I'm a better buyer than I am seller. So if price can come back into that zone, I would like it, but it's gonna be patient. Okay. ES showing strength up to 52.75 quarter levels. So until I got like a legit signal here, like I need a 5 minute close or like a close below 18.750, I probably would just wait this out. But I am gonna stay open to opportunity here and see how price builds at the 18.750s. But I like how this fast up candle looks. So, and I really wouldn't want to buy until anywhere close to like 18.7, 18.720s possibly. So just depends on how the price builds up right here. ES just made higher highs on that 15, getting closer to 52.75 with YM pushing as well. So we most likely could see some more upside here. So I'm not going to get caught in this. Let them do what they're going to do here. I want something clear, you know? ES 52.73. All right, YM, nice push up there to start. So I just haven't really gone anywhere since New York Open on here yet. Price is building pretty nice, I would say, but I just don't see anything. When that price popped up to New York Open, I like the short here on the 5 minute, putting my risk like right here, but it's just the other two aren't really giving me that vibe to do that. So oof, that might be it, right? So the way it's pushing up there, you made another lower low. The price can rally back above and go into the 18.756s. I could probably put my risk at 7.73s. But that's already breaking down, so there's no reason to try to, chase this or anything. But that 5 minute did play really nice off of this level here. So this is that candle that we like to look for as well. So now if they cannot break past the 5 minute structure like this here, 18.720s, then they can go bullish easily. All right. That's what they've been doing. So me personally, like I said, I'm gonna sit back. They're not really showing me enough yet. Mm-mm. Looking at these dailies, because in that higher time frame we are pretty bare. And you are starting to see Nvidia fail from that 1160 level. So let's see what we get here. Still have ES holding at New York Open. So nothing really showing us there. The only one that's really shown any sign of weakness here was NQ. So what's that? 30 to 35. Okay, so understood. Okay, so price is pushing. This first 5 minute open to 5 minute close was bearish, right? Showing us signs of weakness. So for me, like if it came down to the low of the day, I would be definitely watching them to possibly buy this up just because the way that the other two look. So just being patient here. Make sure fundamental wise we don't have any other news that I need to make sure and pay attention to. Okay, yeah, I think we're good on that. So taking a look at Nvidia again. Nvidia is kind of looking like it might want to fill the gap at 1,100. So we'll see what they do there. This is definitely just one of those type of plays where that 15-5 had set up pre-New York. So this type of setup is what we're looking for. Small time price action would have made it very difficult to see it how we want to see it, I would say. we'll go back and look at the film, but let's stay focused here because I think that we may have an opportunity after this internal to continue higher. Let me take a look at dollar here. Dollar kind of showing the strength off that daily last down candle I was talking about. The open of that candle was 0474 quarter level. So if they can kind of start finding some strength there, we will continue to probably see some downside. But I like the 4 hour how it is to go higher here as well. So I'm going to really be paying attention here, guys. And I want to know when that price action actually closes differently. So 18,697. 697 flat. Take profits are going to be the high of the market. So I just do 18.8 for right now. That's where I'll do my first take profit. We want to factor in 2 bad boys. I do want to watch the reactions on the 15. I want to buy the price if it was pulling back. Obviously, this would be way too much. And then looking at ES, ES isn't looking the greatest from that 15. It looks like it actually wants to fail the daily open and New York Open. So we shall see. The reason I'm really looking at NQ is because I like the 4 hour price. The 4 hour price looks like it could be tapping that 722 open to go higher. So it's already kind of skyrocketing off. So if it's not clean, that's okay. But I'd rather see it come down a little bit. If it just taps and goes, and it's going to be a goner. I'm not going to try to chase it or anything. So yeah, as of right now, I'm going to move this because I'm not going to chase that trade. Really nice internal sweep of the day. 5 minutes this is so dramatic that I usually wait for the 5 minutes to close above and then play it. But today that's not the situation. And then ES is still just kind of floating at that same price, New York Open. So just feel like they have a lot of manipulation here in this area. Internal LQ sweep. Nice. So that area right here, after taking that internal liquidity and about 50% of the swing of the day, it's looking pretty interesting. It looks like they may want to take this up. Internal liquidity swing 5 minutes power. So ES printing back up by New York Open, really hasn't gone anywhere. And this 5 minute candle didn't close where it reached, but it never closed. Taking a look at dollar index really quick, nothing there, just still 104.80s. And then Nvidia starting to show a little bit of strength. So, what that can mean. Internal liquidity sign is not public. So ES still kind of printing around that New York Open. Not showing any signs of weakness to me on the 15 right now. It actually had pierced higher, so this first 15-minute close will be key. So me personally, I think if price can come up above the daily open on that 5 minute, that middle screen, I could potentially attempt to use this as my risk here. The high on this candle is 18,773 and a quarter. So price can come up into this last up candle, kind of like this. All right. Then potentially I could be getting an entry and it'd be 50% of the 15-minute candle. So putting my risk right up here. Because like I said, if I'm a better buyer than seller, so if this was to come all the way back below daily, I'd be trying to buy that last down candle, putting my risk right there. So it's the same thing. Now, if they start to fail this level, right, then they just fail the level. But if they come above, the area, then that's going to make it more high probable for me to take it. So I'll be patient here. And ES isn't really, I mean, it's just kind of staggering at the daily New York Open. The same thing we're doing here. So really want to see these 15-minute closes out of all three. So price is printing below point of interest with that 15-minute close. So, ES starting to show weakness as well. YM to me is I just watch it, honestly. It's not really giving me enough signs. It almost seems like they're trying to absorb orders too. That's why I'm kind of like on the fence on what I want to do. But, if I was wanting anything, I like this push up above to short and put my stop loss here. Otherwise, like I said, they're not really making any moves. Trace. Dollar still sitting at the exact same level. And then piercing up is Nvidia. You also have Tesla moving higher right now from 178 above 180s. And you have Apple pretty much from that open 191. Looks like it wants to shoot up as well. So um, it's just if I was going to buy it, I personally would want to buy it down in here under this liquidity at this point. Because if it's going to go, that's great. But I don't really have a 5-minute setup that I like to play. So on the buy side, at least on the short side, I could see it going above here and potentially taking this area. Okay, so price is still moving higher. But like I said, I kind of see it backwards. I see the fast push, the break lower. This is like a fast up candle. So if the price can go back into that strike zone, I'd like to use this as my risk. So 773 and a quarter. So I'm gonna actually get ready for that. And profits are going to be the low of the market, which is 18,657. Okay. And so why I'm looking at that area is because that's the low. That's why I would take partials on the first move today. Now, I'd like to see a little bit more of a 5-minute close in this area. And then, like I said, my risk is pretty much right here. So I like where it's at now. It's just, can the price actually go above a little bit? If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's okay. But I do like how the 15 and 5 are starting to shape up here. So we can get into this 5-minute candle, right? Like literally into it. Like right here. And that open. That would be a little bit better for me to open in on this candle is 756. So ES still kind of showing me weakness on that 15.5, and Dow or YM has just came up, tapped that daily open and failed. So looking to see what they want to do. It's not the risk I'm looking for, so you need to push up a little bit more. Now, if it falls from here, it falls from here. You know, I want price to be above that opening price, so. Yep, it might drip from there. 845 to 50. So maybe I could factor in my entry right above 754.25. 54. 55. All right. And then enter in there, same take profit. So the stop loss is basically going at the high of this market here. Trying to get the open of the 1-minute candle. But right now I just don't see that yet. Higher open, higher close to 845. Okay, so I'm just still watching here. Let's see. What time is it? So I really want that entry close to 750 to be honest, but let's see how they play here. Let's see how this 5-minute closes. Let's see here. Like right here, put the stop right here at the top. So if it goes a little bit higher, I'd be willing to play it. But also, you know, when it was hovering in this area, I wanted to take it right above 750s, but it's okay. So if this area can play out, what I'm going to do personally is I'm going to break down some of the order here. I'll have a buy limit here, and then I'll trail the risk on the rest. So I like how they're starting to break down. I like how this looks on the 15, right? Because of how like the price actually looks. It could go down and take the low of the day first. But it also could, you know, accumulate to go higher. But this is kind of what I'm seeing as of right now, a good play potential. No weakness right now. They're still kind of printing at New York Open on ES. So we'll see what we get here. So ES kind of showing 15-minute strength right here into that point of interest. So let's see if that's just price rejecting just like this as well. I like the area, 54, so I put 57, so it's a few points shy of 100 points. So I'm actually going to move this. I'm going to modify this to the 650 level because I want it to go relatively the full 100 points if it can. 650. So if they can extend down before going up, then I would like to see the low of the market just obliterated here. 850, 855. So basically was getting inside that candle, trying to get inside that opener at 750 level. A little lower than I wanted, but it's the location that I focus on the most. ES not really showing any signs yet, still kind of building up in that same area. So these 1 hours are getting ready to close as well. So I think if we can close below 750s here on and closer to 700 on NQ, then we will take that low of the day, 18,657s possibly. But we're just hanging around this area too long for me. NVIDIA still holding that same area, so this 5-minute candle looks really good going into 9 a.m. Right, this 15-minute candle looks really good. So I think that this setup and understanding what we've seen was really good, even though the entry was a little bit late. Okay, so that's it's all about the location to me. And if we can push down from 750 down to 650, I could definitely see us. That could be nice, but they will fight that bottom half of the trade, so they don't have to go lower. They can just attempt 18, and they may just rally it here. We'll see. ES is starting to show quite a bit of bullishness off that price level, so we'll just have to be patient here. Don't really like how that spiked down into that level because then it can easily start to rally this whole thing out really quickly. So stop loss placement may not be the best. It could be better if it was here. I'd say that 773 level, but it is what it is. Yeah, starting to show strength on that 15. And that 1 hour close isn't looking, it's making it look a little bit stronger. So we're just gonna have to kind of watch this and see. But that 1 minute price here is starting to show me that that stop loss placement isn't that great. So it's gonna work. It's gonna have to work for today, but it's not the greatest of the internal, the 15.5 here. Unless we can get, prices closer down here by 9 to 17, 18,700. Okay, so let's see how this hour closes. Got about 1 minute left before the hour closes. YM seems like it's gonna go take the lows of the day, 38, 140, 150s. And ES is still kind of printing at daily and New York Open. So taking a look at dollar index, still kind of looking just sitting at that 104.80 level. The 4 hour candles close right here, and we're getting a bullish close on ES, bullish close on NQ. So we'll see. So ES did close higher than daily and New York, and it's showing more signs of strength to the 52.75 quarter level at this point. Staying strong here. Let's go. Will we get our TP first though? Rally. If we can just rally under this wick fairly quickly before going up, that's kind of like the idea here. So really just want to see this 5 minute close. Watching that last stream. Continue to watch this price level here. Just want to see if they're gonna push lower here first. Looking for this level here. ES showing weakness a little bit at that daily New York, but it's not really, at the same time. So not looking as good on that price for NQ, I would say, especially with ES already kind of making that move higher. YM has toppled over from that daily open tap, so it does look like it's going to continue to push lower. And ES is starting to break down on the 15 at the daily New York Open, possibly. So we'll just have to be patient here. So this price pushing down is pretty nice. Now, where we want to focus, if we can get into the area that we're wanting, which is going to be 650s, we got to understand where the low of the day is to the current high and where equilibrium is. So we're currently at that level. Now, this wick, if they can just wipe that, I would think they would need to at least go down into the 18,670 areas before they would, rally it up, or like just right below this inside this inefficiency here, 18,690s. If they get down there, they're not down there yet. So if they do push down there though, I may slide one of my buy stops in the profit and then cover the rest of the position. But I'd want to see the price actually shoot down there first, which right now we're kind of having difficulty. But like I said, I'm just gonna be patient here. It could be absorbing the orders as well, but so they're still kind of holding ES up on that 15. So So you got YM fighting the lows, and then ES slightly starting to print above New York and daily open. So they are kind of pushing back up above that daily open, which is expected with ES moving higher as well. But let's see if they're manipulating or if they're going to push it. Strength is pretty strong right now, I'd say, on this 15. So they may come up and just pop that area. So we'll see, but they probably will take that internal. Maybe they'll hold the New York area. As of right now, you're seeing ES pretty strong on that 15. So it just depends. YM failed to break that low of the day and started showing a lot of strength. So we'll see. Taking a look at Nvidia, still sitting at that 1,153 area. So we shall see here. So because prices tested the area so much, if we can get below 18.7, I'll probably pull one of the contracts to secure profits on the day, and then I'll go break even on the remaining order if I get a chance, which is not looking that great right now to do that. So ES is starting to print higher, and NQ just, I mean, it's just so tight here that they're gonna pop up and hit those stops for sure. We can push away very violently back below 18,720s. I would say that this might still work out, but it kind of hangs around there then now. Mhm. So TPs are set. We know where we're trying to get to. Pretty good stop loss placement, even though the trade was felt like late. Still looks pretty good. Gonna extend down to that 50 level. That's gonna be quite amazing. You know, ES is not having the best opportunities to go higher either. So that's good signs right now. When you're looking at like a 15-minute time frame, think about the area that we played. All right, the area that we played was a 15-minute last up candle, right to the end of the day, which is here. So this candle, as long as it continues to push away from that candle, I'm a better buyer than I am seller. I could see price going and taking my target. You know what I mean? But we need candle closures to keep confirming this bias here. So lower open, lower close here. And this 5 minutes to fail this level to, basically 18.7. So price is, capitulating down here very quickly, like we anticipated on the 15 and 5, which is really good. What I can do now, once this 5 minute wick gets broken, I can manage. I could go in and half the trade. I could go in and do a lot of different things. Um, so personally, when I'm seeing ES fail that same level, that's really good. And then taking a look over Nvidia not showing any strength is really good as well. So if we can just slip below the low of the day, that's going to be good for me. I saw 2 contracts on the board. But what I'm going to do is right here. I want to break this into one buy stop almost, but because my entry wasn't the best, but I'm going to wait out my area here today. So I think we are going to get that sweep possibly. So we'll just be patient here, waiting on this 15-minute close of 9:15. Now that they swept this wick, though, I do want to take note of that because the understanding and watch the price action at the whole level. But if we continue to get this 5-minute open and close, I would say down into this extension level, then that's pretty good signs that we're going to push lower. So kind of looking at like this level here, potential. ES still showing weakness as well. Dollar index is at this moment kind of, sitting at that same level. So we're pushing down pretty nice. And we have our TP set. So let me see where this puts us for the day on here. Just watching how these are opening and closing. If they start to engulf or anything, I think I would want to cover some of the position. So I am going to go ahead and buy one of these back. All right. We'll see how this candle closes here. So I'm going to buy one of those back right now. I'm going to switch this to 1. And I'm going to move the buy limit modify order to 625. 25. Okay. And so target area is still the same area, but now that we've, partial some of that down, I'll be watching to see what happens here. And I've already taken some profit for the day. So should lead me in a profit no matter what. $54 minus 39 times 20. Okay. So I like where this is at. Like I said, I've reduced it down. So if it does bounce from here, then that's okay. Because this is more the area I anticipate a bounce is down in this area like we talked about, right? So but I'm patient here. So I do think we can still get that 18,650 target area achieved low of the day. So I just feel like there's some money sitting down there. ES showing the weakness still, did get that 15-minute push lower low there at 9:15. So I'm going to take some notes here. Whatever happens, happens. We have everything set up. And yeah. Quiet definition of a decision. So I will say this too, 18,700 is kind of looking like a strong level. So us partialing and covering that position is still pretty good. Um, because I still think 18,650 low of the day um could be retraced to, but this also could be the pullback that they're waiting to get. So like I would say this, if price can close above this 5 minute candle right here, this exact one, then most likely we're going to run prices higher. And even if it goes above this candle, like here in a few seconds, the likelihood of us going lower is a lot less. So if they close that candle, even on the 1 minute above, I would say 735s, like right above here, basically the entry, then they have a chance to go higher. So you'd want to see them just kind of respecting this area, tap and go back and hit the lows. If not, this one candle could engulf, start to build that bullish momentum, and then we find our way to the upside. But I think a lot of people wanted to buy, so that's why I'm just focused on being patient here and holding my position. I'm gonna erase this. I was just showing you guys which candle I'm kind of looking at to see if this 5 was to close higher. Because if it did, that would make me nervous about this 15 minute not going lower low, lower high, lower low, and then coming back and closing higher here would be a break of structure and a sign of strength to go higher. So as we continue to get this, like if I was on the buy side of this, I would be grateful, right? Because I've got the push where I want. Price is slightly pulling back to then I think slingshot up again. But we'll be able to tell here. Around 9:45, like 9:30, 9:45. So I'll be back. Just be patient here. And then last thing too, though, just taking a look here at dollar. Dollar is kind of showing a little bit of weakness now from that 104.80. Daily's looking like it's gonna, it could fall out from that 105. So 104.50 could definitely load. I'm looking at that 4 hour for that as well. That 4 hour, yeah, it could definitely load 104.50. So we are looking at a little bit more weakness on dollar. So if we do continue to get the weakness here and prices do go and take the low of the day, I probably will be out at the 650 level if it can get down there fairly quickly. It's because we are getting that weakness out of dollar, which will probably push these up. That 5 minute price isn't looking as great. I mean, like I said, if they go back above pretty much this last down candle here, that's where my focus is. If they go back above this and close candles, multiple candles, then the likelihood of them pushing this order out is a lot higher. So let's keep watching that area. Now, if we break below 18.7 one more time, or 18.684, the low of the market on the 5 minute here, I'm going to trail the rest of this risk to the entry. As of right now, I'm willing to accept with that partial. Dollar is falling fairly quickly. 104.80 now down to 104.72, which could definitely rise these markets here, unless they just turn around and bounce or something. I like that push down we're getting on NQ, so that looks really good. That's like I want to make sure I can see it here when I'm watching the recording. That looks really good. So I'll be patient. Continue to watch here. NVIDIA finding weakness as well today, so that's kind of like what I'm really looking at outside of dollar. And YM did make a lower low already, showing signs of weakness away from that daily open. So I think that definitely could go lower. And if we can see this 15-minute break, 18,700 on NQ, I think us getting the 650s and 625s is a lot higher. Price is kind of bullying back up, right? It's having a hard time, like I said, to break lower since this fall, right? So price is starting to make it's. I mean, it's the 5 minutes here, right? Are making higher opens, higher close, higher open, higher close, higher open, higher close, attacking like this area, which is internal and internal. So, unless, like I said, they make their way closer to 18.7 and this low faster, the likelihood of them going up and slipping back above daily open is pretty high. But what I'm really focused on here is I want to bring this down really quick since we already played that 15-minute area. And I'm looking at this trap candle area, okay, on a 15. And my focus is as long as lower low, lower high is respected after creating a technical lower low, right? I can anticipate another lower low unless that 5 minute candle right here, it goes higher and closes. So that's where my focus is. So the way the 1 hours look based off the swing of the day, it almost looks like absorption, unfortunately. So I'm hoping that they just destroy all these absorption, like the people that are buying this 18.7 and inside this area and putting their stop at the low of the day, and then we take all their money at the 18.650s. Okay, so we're about 5 seconds away from this 15 5 minute close. So pretty good close there. It attempted to try to go up at 18.7 and didn't. So now we're starting to see a little bit of topple. ES is falling at the same time. So same situation here where we're not seeing the fall at 18.7 whole level, right? So this candle, like I was saying, 18.734 is very important if we get closes above that level. So I'm looking to be out of here around 18.650 today. Just taking the lows of the market would be great. Looking at that 4 hour, we could go down to the 18.620s, 18.6 possibly. There's a wick also at 18.550. Okay, so I'm just looking for 100 plus points on the move today. I did partial out a small amount already, so that looks pretty good. And we're getting price action that we want to see, I would say here. So we can just get this next, 15-minute close going into the 9:45, the last 15 minutes of the hour. I could think going into 10 that we have hit TP. I want to bring this over just to have for the video, right? So you can understand too. Looking at all three, right? ES never failed to make price action close above these higher time frame or above these points of interest. So as the CS push down like this makes a lot of sense. And then we had already made a lower low on YM showing signs of weakness there. So things look pretty good there. Looking at Nvidia, it's starting to fall off. I am watching the stocks right here, right? Starting to kind of fall off here and show some weakness. So that's also a good key of the market recently. And so, yeah, we'll continue to watch and see if we're going to get this 650 level hit. I am going to actually condense this down and move it to like 645. See if we can get that area to work. Because I don't really want too much farther past the lows. They could swipe the lows and then rally up very quickly. So don't really want them to do that. But I do like the price that we're getting currently right now. Now, if we are to go lower low, lower high, and break out of this range, I could trail this risk to here as well, securing more of the bag. But because of how the situation went today, this is what I'm anticipating and looking to do today. Okay. So let's see if this 5 minute can break these lows finally. And the dailies, I want to show the dailies here in a second, just to see all three, but we've kind of gotten for the daily since it's, looking at the intraday price, we've been under the print, right? So the print's actually very bearish on NQ and ES for this daily inside of a major distribution to me. So looks really good, honestly. Okay. So just want to see if they can go ahead and get weak here. Watching 4 hour as well. That 4 hour looks more than likely to just fall off. And looking at the 1 hours all together, I could just see them definitely slipping these lows. So we are pushing down. Looks like we are going to get that potentially. I don't want to get excited any kind of quickly yet. But for me personally, if it was to come all the way down here when you're looking at the swing of this move, right, based on where I got in, right, for me personally, now it would make more sense to see price not come back above like the 50% of the swing, right? So we'll see how price kind of reacts. But as of right now, I'm gonna keep watching here for a second, but I wouldn't want to see price come back above pretty much this level here. So you can either set your limit or you can come in and just draw a line to kind of remind yourself, whichever one works best for the trader. Me personally, I'm wanting to see the exit of this range personally, but now looking at all three, they do look likely to still push lower, but they could just be absorbing at the best spot of the day. This would be definitely the best spot of the day, 18,674s on NQ to do something like that. But until I, 5 minute open, 5 minute close below the whole level, I just want to see them go ahead and wipe that 650. So anything above $2,000 is with the partial I already have too is going to be a pretty good day. So I just got to really watch the prices here. So I really don't want them to come back, like I said, above this level at this point, but I'll accept the risk personally. But this is the area, I could anticipate. So I don't like how YM's kind of printing. Let me take a look at dollar here for today. Dollar still showing quite a bit of weakness. So just got to really watch it here. I'm just trying to keep my focus here on this last open. So I marked it on another window, just that 15-minute open, just kind of focusing on the price action from there. And it makes sense. I'm going to mark where I think people should be buying it from. Like if they are at this point of the day, before, if we're not going to get the sink lower, I'll mark the area, which is right here. All right. So that area right there is the area. So if we can see price just fall through that area and not show the mitigation reaction in that area, then most likely it's going to take the lows. So I'm going to move this up just to the 650 because I actually have my entry is actually above 50. So that's good. So right there would be great if it can just slip down to there. Basically 18,650, my target. So this is that area on the 1 hour where that last down candle's open and 50% would be. So if you can see them just destroy this area and you don't get the response in this area, I would say that this is going to definitely go to RTP. And you're starting to see the failure on ES as well. So this is that area, right here you're watching, you don't want to see those signals of engulfing or anything like that before slipping the lows. So just keep on pushing. And at this point, I don't need to overthink this part. Sorry, I forgot about this. Can't believe that. To modify this order, because I wouldn't want to accept any kind of risk after price pushing in my favor this much. We're watching there. And too much reaction here, and I would pull this with one contract left. So we'll see how it goes. But I think we're going to slip to that liquidity spot with the other two, how they look. And that 1 hour looks really good. So We'll watch this through the 4 hour here. 4 hour looks like it could definitely take this level too. So we'll see. Like I said, if I get that same price action that would make me buy over here, then I'm not gonna wait, you know, to pull it for today. But looks really good. And I want it on top of that 5 minute wick like that right there. So it's on top of that 1 minute area. So no matter what, we have a green day on our hands. Now the goal is, can we get to take profit for our bigger green day that we're looking for? That price right here, if they engulf and come back down, I'm not gonna like it. All right, 5 minute. Let's see this 5 minute open here. This last 15 minutes of the hour is coming in. I think we have a pretty good short on our hands here. Nice, nice, nice. Price pushing below that 1 hour level. It looks like it wants to swipe for sure. Okay. So that looking really good. We're back down to London Open. We're destroying London players now. Let's go. We just hit the take profit on that. So let me go ahead and make sure it actually hits before it tries to rally. Cool. So I wanted it right at the lows. I didn't realize I didn't push it there. So that's amazing. That's exactly what we want to see. Plus the partial, we ended up hitting about a $2,000 day on this account. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching. Getting into that entry was, fairly what I'd want to see, right? I know a lot of people probably tried to buy this at the high of the swing, but one thing I've noticed about trading, I'll kind of give you guys a secret here, in case before price rallies back to the downside, is when you measure the swing of the day, which was the low of the day was here, right? It's called note card trading, right? The low of the day was here, the high, right? You want to be buying below the 50, right? That's where you want to be taking buy positions. And then if you're looking for shorts, you want to be, looking to short or give back your position above the 50, if that makes sense. Okay. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys. I hope you guys had a good session today. We'll be back same place, place tomorrow, and trade safe.